Today's telecast of the 1990 Christmas pageant is proudly brought to you by John Martins and State Bank, partners in the pageant.
Yes, it's the 1990 Christmas pageant. A huge drum that lets everybody know that the pageant has begun.
Look at the glitter, spelling out 1990. Clowns waving to the crowd.
Clowns everywhere with hair of every colour. Look at that purple hair.
That's wonderful, isn't it? Look at the smile on that toy soldier. Marshal out the front, making sure everything's in place. They do a marvellous job.
That's an important job, isn't it, being the marshal? The boss of the pageant. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
And listen to that loud drum.
Oh, there's a high kick or two. She's been doing that for 3 kilometres.
Amazing. They're having a good time.
Yes, they are.
All sorts of colourful clowns and people dressed up in between each of the floats. Lots of balloons, Brenton.
Oh, aren't balloons wonderful?
They're fantastic. Got a life of their own. 1990 pageant.
Straight at us, the 1990 Christmas pageant. Look out!
Those clowns don't have any buckets yet. I'm waiting for the buckets. And here they are in their traditional place at the start of the pageant, the band of the South Australian Police Force. This band was formed over 150 years ago, and it's led by their drum major, Sergeant Ken Eakin.
And following the band will be some very special people. It's the Australian drill team following the band, isn't it? We'll see them in a second. This is the oldest police band in Australia.
That's right, that's right. And the Australian drill team had a marvellous time this year at the Edinburgh Military Tattoo. Did you know they played to an audience of over 50 million people?
50 million? The police band went too. This is the first time they've marched since they got back from Scotland, from Edinburgh.
What a marvellous thing to do after Edinburgh, the pageant. Here are the heralds, the glamour girls who herald in the Christmas pageant.
Leading the Australian drill team is Megan Cox. And these girls have been champions for years.
They're good Aussie outfits, aren't they? They look wonderful. And now, the heralds.
The heralds. Some lovely ladies who herald in the Christmas pageant. And look at that clown with a sausage dog, a dachshund, taking the dog for a drag along the road. Uh-oh, more clowns.
Oh, dear.
With a broken umbrella. Look at those wonderful costumes the heralds have on, sparkling in the sunshine today.
They're superb, yeah. Waving and smiling. All the children are waving and smiling back. This is a very special float. The pageant queen and her princesses.
Rachel Power is the pageant queen, and there she is. Isn't she beautiful?
Beautiful crown, beautiful cloak, and a sash that tells everyone she's the pageant queen. Her princesses, you met them before, of course, Heather Klatt, Anne-Marie Olivson, Mary Louise Huppatz, Sonia Close, and Petra Haslett.
No, that's Petra Marshall, actually.
Oh.
Petra Marshall. The pageant queen and her princesses. Ah, listen to the music.
This is lovely. Foot-tapping Dixieland. Very special person on board this float, Keith Conlon, who's been playing drums in the pageant for many years.
He has a ball doing that. He comes along every year and plays his drums up there. Has a great time.
See the crowd all jazzing along.
Keith actually said the other day that being in the pageant is like travelling down, I think it was something like a tunnel of love or something. It was
what a lovely way to put it.
Being out there, coming down through all these wonderful faces.
Oh, this is marvellous. This is pageant time. Funny old clock with a big smile on its face and hands that go round and round.
I've got a clock like that. The hands go round and round and round. The wrong way.
All sorts of nursery rhyme characters there as well. Little Bo Peep.
I wonder if she's still lost her sheep.
Oh, I think so, but we found Jack in the box.
There's Jack.
Can you hear him laughing?
Oh, I can. He laughs all the way. The whole pageant.
Look at his teeth. They're wonderful.
His laugh makes you laugh, doesn't it?
It does. There's another clown to make you laugh too. Big bobby head on top.
What a huge clown. And he can walk backwards too.
That's a tiny little head.
Ooh, yes.
Big lollipop at the back. Lolly stick. This time red-headed clowns. Orange,
blue clowns.
How tall do you think that big clown is?
Oh, he must be 4 meters or something.
Oh,
really
enormous.
tall.
Oh, Brenton, there's the Toy Town Guard. That means the toy section of the pageant is right behind them.
Look at their bright scarlet and white uniforms.
Lots of brass buttons.
And all these people in the pageant are from John Martin's and State Bank. They all work there, and they practice this for months and months to make the pageant as wonderful as it is.
The giant rocking horse.
This is a new one this year. This is a new float. The giant rocking horse, the biggest horse you'll ever see, with a slowing mane and a long tail.
And look who's riding up on top. It's a tiny little knight in armour.
A knight in shining armour.
Waving his sword. Do you think he's a fierce knight?
No, there's nobody fierce really in the pageant.
No.
He'd be a friendly knight.
Look at the pigtails on the rocking horse. The Toyland Playground.
This is another new float for this year, and there are a lot this year. A lot of new ones. Such a colourful float. All the toys are having fun and games and enjoying the pageant.
Look at the ride on the giant seesaw.
Having a ride with a funny elephant mouse
Elephant
creature.
mouse, yes. More soldiers on guard in Toyland.
And all those jolly jesters. Look at the big yo-yos they're playing with.
How could you play with a yo-yo that size?
Well, you have to have a big finger.
Major Sergeant Chris Stevenson, and their music director is Captain Ron Fawkes.
And also the Adelaide University Regiment.
Very interesting tartan, Brenton, because Sir Mellis Napier was a chancellor of the university when the university band was formed, and that's the tartan that they wear, his family tartan. Lovely shades of blue and cream.
Bagpipes. I love the bagpipe. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
Aren't they splendid uniforms?
Absolutely beautiful. And that is a lovely tartan, isn't it?
It is a lovely
Matches
tartan.
the blue of the sky.
And did you know that the Adelaide University Regiment has been invited to the 1992 Edinburgh Military Tattoo?
They'll
The
have a
pageant book. And the pages of the pageant book have opened up to reveal all sorts of nursery rhymes.
fairy tales, comedy characters, and they all come alive through the pageant book.
Look who's on top, Brenton.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Looks like the gingerbread man
I wonder
sitting
if
on the window.
all the king's horses and all the king's men are around somewhere to put him back together again.
There are lots of horses. Looks like little Miss Muffet with her bowl.
This is the circus. The big ring circus.
Oh, look at the ringmaster. Did you see him?
There's
There he
the
is.
circus master. And there's the lady on the flying trapeze. And look at that. Is that a seal balancing something on
it's
his
a-
nose?
Yes. There are jugglers there, tightrope walkers.
Yes. Don't fall off. Oh, there's a mouse on the tightrope.
Oh, was there?
And a penguin balancing on a blue ball.
Toy Town Fleet.
Ah, look at that duck on the front of the boat. That was... Oh, this boat is wonderful.
Isn't it? That's the most interesting boat I think you'd ever see.
A little tugboat.
I
Hello,
heard it-
sailor.
I heard it go toot toot then. Oh, one of
Raggedy
the,
Ann.
Yes, one of the old favourites. Biggest doll in the world, I think.
I know a little girl who'd love a doll like that. Little Ellie Fremantle. She's watching today at home. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
She'd love a doll.
Beautiful eyes. Ribbons in her hair. She's big, isn't she?
She is a big doll. She wouldn't fit in your stocking, Christmas stocking very well, would she? She'd fit in Santa's Christmas stocking at the end of the pageant because that's so big.
Fire station with all the ants as firemen.
Busy little fire ants.
Do you think they'd have water in their fire buckets?
Well, I don't know. This one, no, he's all out of water.
Oh, look at the little tiny ant there sitting on the roof. Sugar Creek Fire Station. There are the firemen back at the station, making sure everything's under control. This is the Noarlunga City Pipe Band.
The Adelaide Highland Pipe Band.
And the Adelaide Irish Pipe Band. And the Noarlunga City Pipe Band is led by Drum Major George Smithen, and the tartan this time is the McLennan tartan.
It's the McLennan tartan.
Oh, pretty, isn't it?
Red and green. The Adelaide Highland Pipe Band are led by Drum Major Bob McNamara, and they're wearing the Mackenzie tartan.
And the Adelaide Irish Pipe Band have saffron-coloured tartan on, and their pipe major is Sam Somerset.
Aren't the drums exciting?
You always said you would love to play a great big bass drum.
I would. I'd love to be in the pageant and bang a big bass drum.
This is a very pretty float here. It's Nature's Rainbow Garden.
A new float for this year. And what would we do without good old Mother Nature?
Look at that strawberry. Look at the mushrooms. Look at the sweet corn.
Oh, yes. And a rainbow.
And a big, ginormous butterfly.
Yes. Everything is sweet in Mother Nature's garden.
Lovely. Little rain, little sunshine. Never know what you could
That's all you need. Froggy goes a-courting.
Oh, dear. He looks a bit dismal.
Well...
Perhaps that's the way frogs always look.
I think frogs look a bit like that. Needy. Needy. And a couple of snails pulling along Mr. Froggy's cart.
Snail carriage. Oh, look, they're playing music. Can you hear it?
Froggy music. Oh, look, the Froggy choir's coming.
Isn't that cute? Their little mouths opening and closing.
It's a wonder they can sing with a frog in their throat, really, isn't it?
I guess you can if you're a frog.
I guess you can. It'd be a bit croaky, wouldn't it?
Sitting on a giant organ. And there's the maestro, the Froggy maestro out the front, conducting everything. And a little bit of help from some people singers as well.
Yes. And a couple of our cameramen who just managed not to get run over by the Froggy choir.
Only just.
The Ship of the Desert. Do you know why they call it the Ship of the Desert, or what the Ship of the Desert really is?
I think I do. Am I right in saying it's a camel?
It's the camel. The camel is the Ship of the Desert.
Captain's sitting up on top. He's even got a steering wheel on his camel.
On his camel. Well, I've met some camels that need a steering wheel too.
Yes, so have I.
They sort of have a mind of their own, or they don't have a mind of their own. One of the two.
One of the two. And he really is a ship of the desert. It's a camel in a ship.
Camel in a ship, yes.
Oh, Colonel Crumb's Critters. Funniest collection you'd ever see.
I love that fluffy little one.
Oh.
Every time I see that one, every year, that is the cutest little critter.
Look at his eyelashes.
Well, you'll find all sorts of strange things under mushrooms like that, wouldn't you?
I suppose you would.
Yes.
Do you think that it's Colonel Crumb who discovered all of them?
Oh, I think so. That's Colonel Crumb sitting at the back behind this little critter. There he is. Hi, Colonel. Hello.
Oh, this is a marvellous band, the Australian National Institute Band.
They're led by Drum Major Kurt Erdman, and the music director is Duncan Wallace.
This band is 107 years old, and its members range from around about the 12 years old mark to 70 years old.
People of every age get involved in the pageant, and everybody loves it.
Not just for kids, is it, Brenton?
Oh, no.
Frosty the Snowman.
Look at that trombone.
I think everything would have been polished up specially for today.
Oh, yes. that big drum?
Oh, look who this is. This is Bertie Bookworm, a big, fat, studious worm.
Yes, he's read through every fairy tale book there is.
I bet he has too.
Looks very sort of knowledgeable with big glasses. Oh, look.
Oh.
You missed the Grand Prix track. I'm sorry, it's the other way.
Some very studious people helping Bertie along.
Yes. Cinderella. Look at the mice pulling Cinderella's coach.
Her pumpkin coach looks beautiful. Look at the teeth on that rat up the top.
Oh, there's Cinderella in her beautiful gold and silver coach.
A beautiful pink.
It was made from a
dresser.
pumpkin, wasn't it, the coach?
Well, it's hard to tell now. It's gorgeous.
That's what magic can do.
Lots of magic here today for the pageant. The children just love the clowns.
See, there's one with a bike that was... Watch out for your toes.
This is the ugly duckling.
Hans Christian Andersen wrote some beautiful stories for children, and this was one of them.
This is a lovely story where Mother Duck decided that the ugly duckling was a very ugly indeed, and she didn't realise that the ugly duckling was going to grow up to be a beautiful swan. Farmyard frolics.
And boy, are they frolicking.
Do you think they've done that all the way down from
I
South
think
Terrace?
they've been doing square dancing and frolicking for about 3 kilometres, and they're going to be a bit tired. Yeah?
Look as though they're still having a lovely time.
And they're loving it too.
There's a special band here too. This is Kelly's Revenge Bush Band, and you might be able to just hear them. And they've just finished a really interesting tour, a very successful tour of Russia and Poland. They said they had a wonderful time. There's the old barn, lots of hay around.
And a windmill. They're having a ball, aren't they?
They are having a great time. Wonderful music, isn't it? Makes you feel like dancing.
Man up there with a squeeze box.
Along with a
sitting
few
in the
chickens.
hay.
Lots of whoops.
What a great old tractor.
That would be an old one, wouldn't it?
Kelly's Revenge Bush Band.
And I think I can see Dad and Dave.
I think I can see Dad and Dave too.
I think the family's come to town, Brenton.
I think so. And Mum and Mabel.
Do you think they just wandered into the pageant?
I think they were probably down here buying some hay and got caught up in the traffic.
Mum and Mabel and Dad and Dave. And someone having a ride.
Oh. Now, if he's done that for 3 kilometres, he's going to need a glass of water any minute.
He looks tired.
What a big pumpkin.
Yes.
Oh, g'day, Dave.
This is an Aussie beach day, a fantastic day for it today. Captain Kookaburra's there.
Yes, he is. And wombats, kangaroos.
Oh, do you realise what they're doing, the kangaroo and the koala? They're building a sandcastle.
I wonder if it's a competition. Oh, look at the Tasmanian. That's a Tasmanian tiger. He's the lifeguard. You wouldn't want to get him cross, would you?
I think I'd run the other way. Oh, that is some sandcastle. It's beautiful.
Such a lovely day for the beach today, isn't it?
Absolutely perfect. There's not a breath of wind.
And calypso capers.
Isn't that colourful? And listen to the calypso music. Wonderful headgear.
A fruit salad on her head.
Yes.
There was a lovely lady,
Miranda.
yes, Carmen Miranda, used to be in the movies years ago, and she always wore strange hats, wonderfully
Things like
strange.
bowls of fruit salad.
Yes.
Peppy porcupine.
Peppy loves prickly pot plants. There's a tongue twister, isn't it?
Yes.
And he goes around selling his cactus.
From his little cart. He likes to set up his little cart just on the little bridge, and all his friends come round to buy what he's got in it.
If Mrs. Peppy was there, they'd be a prickly pair, wouldn't they? Sorry.
It's true, though. Gosh, there's some interesting things there.
There's a lot of cacti. Or cactuses.
I never know.
That looks very hot and dusty out amongst all the cactus. They've got
does.
their big hats on, though, to keep the sun off.
But the flowers on the cactus.
Look what comes afterwards, from one extreme to the other.
From hot to freezing cold, the Arctic journey.
And look at those huskies. And the big polar bear behind the man with his sled.
Big dreamy smile on his face. The Eskimos there waving to everybody. And that's the igloo that they're coming out of. Or going over the top of.
Well, yes, they went straight over the top of the igloo.
Everybody's rugged up.
Arctic journey. Looks so clean and cool. Icy.
See the little chimney on top of the igloo.
Now, this is a collection of bands, Patsy.
First of all, the Mount Barker Caledonian Society Pipe Band, led by Drum Major Murray Montgomery. And their pipe major is Phil Douglas.
And the Port Augusta Caledonian Society Pipe Band is led by Drum Major Colin Downing. And their pipe major is Malcolm MacDonald.
And there are also some other bands in here. There's the Southeast Group, which is made up of the Blue Lake Ladies Pipe Band, the Millicent Caledonian Pipe Band, and the Narracourt Highland Pipe Band. The Clan Gordon Pipe Band is led by Drum Major Yvonne Draper. And their pipe major is Sharon Draper-Smith. Oh, one of your favourites, Brenton.
Oh, following the Scottish music is Scotty.
Oh, you love Scotty, don't you?
Scotty's a wonderful dog. I wonder how long it's going to take him to get to Loch Lomond.
He's been trying for a long time, standing by that sign.
All those wee lassies standing around there.
Look at his kilt and his sporran.
Oh, what a funny little dog.
Loch Nessie.
Ah, well, Scotty, we should tell Scotty that actually Nessie's behind him.
We should,
I think he's going looking for Nessie, but Nessie's following him.
Well, that's something that always strikes me. So many people look for Loch Nessie. All they've got to do is come to the pageant.
We know where Nessie is, don't we?
We sure do. Panda. Big, cuddly, 13-foot panda bear, playing the cymbals and having a really good time in the pageant.
13 foot, well, that's about 4 metres, isn't it?
About that.
That's big.
That is big. Oh, there's a clown with a bucket.
Uh-oh. Now, let's see.
I don't think he's going to do anything. He's probably emptied the bucket already. Band is led by Drum Major Bill Noyce. There's an interesting story about this band. Larry Hamilton's been playing in the band for 60 years, and Brenton, would you believe his father also played in the band before him?
I would believe that, because that's the sort of thing that happens with the pageant.
It sure does, doesn't it? And their band major is Don Fleming.
This is one of the oldest brass bands in South Australia.
I think there might be a few clowns joining in.
I think so.
They look very smart indeed. Dark brown coats and fawn trousers.
You'd have to be pretty clever to be able to play a musical instrument and march along at the same time.
Well, I've always thought that, yes. Oh, this is the time adventure. This is the old professor who's mastered the art of pedaling along on his time machine.
He's brought all the times together into the one time, from cavemen to this man, a spaceman.
Cavemen to spacemen, that's
yes,
wonderful.
Brought everybody together just for the pageant from all across time.
Looks like Cleopatra there.
What a great time machine.
Gosh, it's got all sorts of things that whiz up and down and around. And look who's here. It's talking about the future and talking about space. It's Giddy the Yeti.
This is a space creature that I guess he's picked up somewhere along the way in time.
Do you think that's a funny little spaceman up the top?
Well, I think it must be, or one of Colonel Crumb's critters that got left behind and is hitching a ride.
Trying to catch up.
Could very well be.
Gosh, Giddy's big, isn't he?
And has some wonderful space people helping him.
Look at his beautiful collar.
Ah.
Spaceship. Listen to the music. The space noise.
They fly across the craters of a planet, disturbing all the strange Wookiees from their homes. And look at them.
I can see a blue Wookiee and a sort of silvery white Wookiee. And there are all sorts of space girls there as well.
Oh, look. Very clever clown. Watch out for the Wookiees.
Galaxy Goose.
Now, this is a bit of a crazy spaceship, this one, isn't it?
It sure is. When do you think that this arrived in Adelaide?
Well, I don't know. I think it might have crash-landed in the middle of the night.
Really?
Yes. We weren't expecting this in the pageant today, and I think it just sort of landed mysteriously in the city.
Wow.
And I don't know who got the biggest shock when it landed, them or us.
This is the Mitchell Park High School Band, and this is the 26th year of the band's existence. And it's a very special year because it's the last year of the Mitchell Park High School. They're going to be joining forces with Glengarry High School to form a band known as Hamilton.
Well, they're going to become the Hamilton Secondary School, so I guess the band will be called the Hamilton School Band. The drum major is Jackie Harrison, and the solo baton twirler is Kerry Bozette.
They do a lot of travelling, this band, don't they?
Yes, they do. They're a terrific band, and they get to travel all around the place, to New Zealand, right around Australia.
Obviously very young because they're students, but a very professional sound. Quick smile for the camera. Captain
Octopus,
Ocker.
Yes. The Ocker Octopus.
Got his little yellow submarine.
And some periwinkles and all sorts of other little sea creatures around him.
Look at the hat perched up on his head.
Looks very happy.
Oh, and who is this? All sorts of creatures from under the sea. Brenton, is that a great big whale?
I think that's a big white whale. And some dolphins.
Is that King Neptune?
I think it is.
He's a funny purple colour. Oh, look at the fish, sparkling in the sunlight.
Aren't they beautiful fish? And some of King Neptune's sea maidens.
And this is Big Al and Little Louie.
Going back to the roaring 20s and the 1920s. They wore dresses like this, they rode cars like this, they played music like this.
Normie Kosh is there on the banjo. Flappers dancing along.
Aren't they wonderful cars?
Superb.
What's that clown up to?
Oh, I'm not sure. Don't the kids love the clowns? Eau de Cologne perfume plant.
Oh, yes, but look who's sitting on top of the perfume plant.
Oh,
I mean,
not
it's
that skunk again.
This must be the sweetest smelling skunk, though, in the world, because skunks aren't really known for smelling nice.
They usually smell awful, don't they? They're actually making perfume for all the exclusive French salons.
The Eau de Cologne perfume factory. Going past the Pageant store. And the carnival bus. Every year, the carnival bus takes some of the children of the staff of John Martin's around the pageant.
What a bird's eye view. How fantastic.
Oh, it would be wonderful.
You can hear the band behind them. It's the Enfield City Band this time, led by drum major Phil Benger, and their music director is David Poland. Very special year this year,
Yes,
Brenton,
it is.
isn't it?
It's their 30th anniversary this year. Congratulations to the Enfield City Band.
It's a good, strong, brassy sound. They look really smart. Maroon jackets, light fawn pants with maroon stripe through them.
I love trombones.
Oh, yes. Wonderful sound.
This is the Trojan chariot from the city of Troy.
All laden with beautiful suits of gold.
Yes.
Fantastic. Even the horses have got
They've
gold
come a
suits.
long way from Troy.
They sure have.
Everyone's in town today, aren't they?
This is a funny, rolling sort of Viking ship, though.
Well, it's a bit overcrowded, isn't it?
It is, true.
Hope it doesn't sink.
Lots of sailors, and look at those fierce Viking warriors.
Oh. They've wonderful helmets with horns on them.
Yes, they have, haven't they? Where's the captain? He's there somewhere.
Oh, no, I think these people must have got the captain. I think maybe the captain's in the pot being cooked by the cannibals.
Oh, perhaps it is.
Well, he doesn't look like a Viking captain. He looks a bit more like a white hunter.
Do you think he's in trouble in that pot?
Maybe he's just having a bath. Maybe he is. I think he might be just having a hot bath.
Oh, now who is that? That looks like Nellie, is it?
Nellie the elephant.
Dear old Nellie, one of the old favourites.
Nellie's been walking this pageant for so many years.
I think someone just gave Nellie 3 cheers. The Jungle Book.
Oh, yes.
Another elephant, a bit smaller than Nellie this time.
Yes, just a little bit smaller. Now, all those Jungle Book characters.
See another hunter in a pith helmet. And I think that hanging in those vines is a monkey.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm, I think so.
We'll try and find a monkey hanging in the vines. Got to be there somewhere.
Three cheers going up again, this time for the Jungle Book.
There's the elephant. Some of the hunters.
Look at those big, thick vines.
There's the lion,
There's
King Lion.
And there's the monkey. He was hiding around the back. This time, the Salisbury City Band, led by drum major Charles Goodchild, and the band was formed in 1968. And the ages range from 12 to 67 years old. You know an interesting story about this band, don't you?
Well, the music director, Ken McMahon, he's been conducting for 21 years with the band. And he's joined by his wife, 2 daughters, and a son in the band. And this really is a family affair. Just like the pageant.
Just like the pageants for everybody.
The Salisbury City Band. And Frosty the Snowman.
Dear old Frosty.
Frosty the Snowman.
Had to hurry on his way. Look at his smile. He's got his pipe, his corncob pipe, his little tiny bowler hat.
Melt.
Oh,
he has a pipe.
So do I. And he's all sparkly in the sunshine.
Biggest and smartest snowman in the world, Frosty.
Absolutely. And all his friends all rugged up. They've been having a bit of a play in the snow.
And
this
Christmas
beautiful.
fantasy. All the fantasies of Christmas come together in this one float.
And there's a huge unicorn emerging.
What's a unicorn? That's like a horse with one big horn coming out of the top of its head, isn't it?
And isn't it beautiful? Silver and gold and purple.
And all the delicious ice cream and lollies. All those Christmas treats.
And beautiful jewellery there floating on the clouds.
It's so pretty with all that glitter.
Absolutely magnificent, isn't it?
Oh, yum.
Oh, Christmas turkey.
I want a leg.
I think I'll have a bit of the breast if you don't mind. Look at the size of the fork and knife. It's absolutely huge.
I thought the knife ran away with the spoon. Somebody ran away with somebody.
Perhaps they ran away to the turkey.
Wow,
Tiny little bit of holly on top.
And the biggest can of cranberry sauce you've ever seen. Yes. Well, you'd need it with a turkey like that, wouldn't you?
The salt and pepper there, everything you could need. And some Christmas candles around as well.
Oh, when the turkey gets here, you know that Christmas is not far away, nor is Father Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, Not a creature was stirring?
Not even a mouse.
Well, that one is. He's
That's
stirring. I guess you're
Mother
allowed to
Mouse.
stir during the pageant.
Mother Mouse has gathered her family together to share Christmas stories in front of the fire.
It's a very special night, isn't it, the night before Christmas?
It's a very exciting night.
It's a lovely night to be with your family and listen to carols and sing carols and tell stories.
It's a bit like waiting for the pageant to happen, isn't it? It's really exciting.
That Christmas tree.
That looks so pretty with the sun shining down on it. And look at the dear little fairies.
Yes, they've sat there all through the pageant, waving their little wands at people.
That Christmas tree is enormous. And it's been so beautifully decorated, and 3 little Christmas angels sitting at the bottom. That might be one of Santa's Christmas elves.
I think so. Look at those flyers. They've been helping make toys.
The toy makers,
Yes, all from the toy shop, I bet. Because you can't have all those presents around the tree unless somebody makes all those toys.
That's right.
Oh, look.
Children are meeting some interesting characters. This is the toy shop you were talking about.
Yes, I knew it'd be around somewhere.
I think there would be teddies there and clowns and trains.
Santa's special toy maker there with all
his
toy
pixies.
Pixies, yes, all the helpers. Hammering, sawing, gluing, and
Well, there's
painting.
not all that much time left, so it's busy, busy, busy. Can't even stop for the pageant.
Oh, a koala bear.
Being helped along by one of the Toy Town Guards. This is the battalion band, the 10th 27th Battalion Band, led by Bandmaster Warrant Officer Class 2, Mike Noyce.
This is the band that plays at Government House when the governor has garden parties and things to raise money for charity. They're going to go from here and play in the Port Pirie pageant.
And this is special. This is Nipper, a little brown horse that all the children can go and see in the Magic Cave. And it's ridden today by Kate Barr.
Hello, Katie. How exciting to be one of the little princesses that rides on one of these 2 wonderful horses.
What a big day for her.
Nipper. And Nipper will be in the Magic Cave right up until Christmas Eve. What a glittering castle.
Enchanting.
And I think the secret's out about this.
What?
This is Father Christmas's home.
Stardust Castle?
Don't tell anybody, but it is. I heard that from a reliable source.
I didn't know that.
Stardust Castle is where Santa lives.
Now, does that mean Santa's
That's
there?
that's why he brought it with him, see, because he's going to be here right up to Christmas Eve.
Of course.
He'll be in the Magic Cave during the day, but at night he goes home to his castle.
Brought Stardust Castle
and he'll be parking it somewhere in Adelaide.
That's Nimble. The beautiful, majestic white horse. Nimble's been in John Martin's Magic Cave since 1905.
That is an old horse.
When Brenton rode him.
No, it's being ridden today by Patria Pederick. Hi, Patria.
She's peeping round his neck. He's got a little tiny crown on. Beautiful angel's
Nimble.
wings. Isn't she doing a lovely job?
She is, waving her wand.
Yeah. Doing it beautifully, and so's the little fairy in front and the little soldier. Special helpers helping Nimble along with big, long streamers of tinsel. There we are. You can get a good look at her now. There's Patria.
Yes, Patria Pederick. And everyone here today and everyone at home's been waiting to see.
He's waving to the crowd. All his helpers are waving, and you can hear the crowd just getting so excited. They're all following on close behind.
I think we got away from Father Christmas.
Oh.
What a beautiful, beautiful sleigh.
Absolutely gorgeous. Even the trees, the branches of the trees are covered in snow. And there is no way that anybody here is going to let him out of their sight. They're all following along behind his sleigh.
Now he's pulling up out the front of the pageant store, out the front of John Martin's.
Oh, Santa, fantastic to see you.
And in a minute, he's going to leave his sleigh. They're going to give him 3 cheers, and he's going to go into the Magic Cave where you can all go in and see him. Hi, Santa.
He looks so happy. The year's work is almost over.
He's happy to be here in Adelaide.
Now he just has to enjoy the company of the children.
We're very special, aren't we, in Adelaide?
We are
Santa
very
comes here to us.
Yes, we are. Such a thrill as a little girl to go and visit Santa.
Yes, sit on Santa's knee and tell him what you want for Christmas.
Lovely.
Santa has arrived at John Martin's.
Look at all the balloons. Special honour of a special day. The children can't believe it. Finally, he's here.
3 cheers for Father Christmas. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip,
Hooray!
hip, hip,
Hooray!
There go the balloons.
Yes,
Wow.
the balloons have gone up.
There he goes, along with the pageant queen.
It's time now to see Santa and the Queen going into the magic cave.
Join Wilsey tomorrow at 5:30 for all the very latest news from Hollywood on Movie Scene. Stay with us now for 7 Nightly News.